Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I am part of a really fun collaboration and I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes, but I am just not going to say anything else other than let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number 1. So I have this calendar from 2024. I'm going to take a page from it from the December slot there. I'm going to trim off the top part that has the little hole in it, and then I'm going to use my fingers to crease the sides of it, and then I'm going to use my paper cutter to cut that down as well. I have a wood tag sign I got from Amazon, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to paint that with my Waverly chalk paint in the color crimson, and then I'm going to take my Mod Podge here and I'm going to brush it all on. The probably 2/3 of that tag. The top part's going to not have the Mod Podge. And then once it was dry, I laid my calendar piece on it and covered it with parchment paper to protect that page. And then I'm using my heat press to reactivate that Mod Podge and cause that page to stick. If you've watched me for a while, you know this is my favorite way of doing it. You usually don't get any bubbles or wrinkles this way, and I just love it. Then I'm going to take a smaller tag sign that I also got from Amazon. I'm going to paint it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. Then I saw this saying on the internet and I thought was perfect for my calendar page. So I created a stencil with my Cricut using Frisco stencil vinyl, and I'm going to go over it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color crimson and then let it dry it. And once it was dry, I removed all that vinyl. I find when you dry it, it causes, it helps from pulling up the paint. If it's not dry, sometimes that paint pulls up. So once I had that all removed, I took some twine. I'm going to thread it through both hanger holes on both those tags. And then I'm going to tie a knot. And then I'm going to put that knot in the back of the sign here. And then I'm going to lay that sign, the smaller tag sign, right where I want that. And I'm going to trace it out so that way I know where I'm going to put my glue. And then I'm going to take my Type Bond Quick and Thick Multi-Surface Glue. I love this glue. It works brilliantly. And I use that for the permanent hold. And then I'm going to use some hot glue for immediate hold. And then I'm going to glue my tag sign right on top inside of that tracing that I had just done. Then I'm going to take some of this ribbon. I've had this in my stash for a while. Excuse me. I think it came from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to take some of this snowflake ribbon that I got years ago from a store called Craft Warehouse in Oregon. And I'm going to make the awareness ribbon, scrunch it up in the middle, and I'm going to tie it tightly to hold it in place. Then I'm going to dovetail the ends by folding them in half and cutting at an angle. Then I'm going to hot glue it right onto the front of my sign. And I added a little snowflake and I was dropping it everywhere to the front of that bow. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue on the tip of that bow, on the tails, to keep it from covering the words. And there it is. I just love how this project came out. I hope you like it as well. Let me know in the comment box below. Okay, so today is the Calendar Girls collaboration, and it is hosted every month by Tiffany with Simply Blessed Crafts and Jessica with the Busy Housewives. And they asked me to be the guest host this month, and this month's theme is Snowman, and we just have to use calendar pages or calendars or make calendars. And so this is a really fun collaboration. Make sure you check their channels out as well as the playlist, and thank you ladies for inviting me to be your guest host. Okay, DIY number 2. I'm going to take this wood star from Dollar Tree and the snowman from Dollar Tree. I'm going to fill in those hanger holes with my spackling. Then I'm going to paint both of them with Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. I did not paint the hat or the scarf on the snowman because I'm going to use Folk Arts Nantucket Blue for the trim on the hat. And I'm also going to use that color for the little ball on the hat as well. And then after that was dry, I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint in the color Dusk. I'm going to paint the top part of my hat there, being very careful not to get it onto the Nantucket color. And then I'm going to paint the scarf with that as well. being careful not to get it onto my white, which I think I got a little bit there. Then I'm going to take my pencil and this is my glue pen, and I'm going to trace it out for some eyes. I'm going to trace out my smile, and then I'm going to take a very small paintbrush with Waverly chalk paint in the color ink, which is black, and I'm just going to go around and very carefully trace around those circles that I created for the eyes, and then once it's all traced, I will paint in the eyes with that color. And then once that's all done and dried, I'm going to take the same paintbrush. I'm going to draw in or paint in his smile. I'm going to give him little curves at the end of the smile on both sides. And I should have gave him some rosy cheeks. I just thought of that. I never did. But as you can see, I painted his nose with Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin. I'm going to take an embossing tool. I'm going to create some little dots inside his eyes to give it some character. And then I'm going to take my pencil here. I'm going to make some swirls along the side of my star. I don't use the pencil the whole time. I just kind of used it for the first one just to make sure I got the feel for this swirl. And I'm using Waverly chalk paint in the color dusk. I'm going to go all the way around the star, leaving gaps. And then once I was done with the swirls and they were dry, I'm going to take the back of a paintbrush and I'm going to take my Nantucket Blue bifocal and just make little dots in those little gaps. Once that was dry, I laid my snowman down in front of the star where I want to place them and traced them out. And before I glued them, I created this stencil as well with my Cricut, and I'm going over it with my Nantucket Blue. Now, if you don't have a Cricut, you could still create this using wood letters or stickers or even handwriting it. And I wish I would have wrote something different. I'm just using wood glue and hot glue here. I wish I would have said snowmen are loved all year long, because snowmen melt in the summertime, but we can still love them, right? Anyways, I'm going to glue that snowman right in place there. And then I got this little calendar from Dollar Tree. When I took it off, I ripped the back part, so I glued some cardboard onto it and added some Velcro, and that's how it came off there from that pad. But I added some Velcro from Dollar Tree to the star and to the back of my calendar, and I'm just going to add that there, so that way you can have a cute snowman on your desk or at home for a calendar if you wanted. And this would be a fun little gift idea as well for somebody. And then I took some 1-inch blocks that I had, I painted them white, and I'm using my Titebond glue and hot glue to glue them on the back just to keep it standing. And that's all there is. I just love how this came out. I think it is super adorable. And that Velcro, you can take it off and change it out every year. Well, I hope you're enjoying this video. I think it's a lot of fun using calendars or making calendars. You can make so much with calendar pages. And so yeah, look through it. I don't know about you. My husband likes to keep his old calendars. My husband is kind of a hoarder. I have to pull back the reins and not let him be a hoarder, because he would be if I didn't pull back the reins. But yeah, if you keep, or even if you get a calendar for Christmas, a new calendar or whatever, keep some of those calendars that you have that might have the pretty pictures or whatever, and use them for crafting. You'd be amazed. Actually, I should keep some of mine, because my mom every year lately has been giving me a Yorkies calendar, and I really should keep some of those pictures because they're adorable. Not as cute as Oliver, but they're adorable. There's actually been a few that look like they could be Oliver, and use those for crafting. But anyways, calendar pages can be a lot of fun to use for crafting. So, keep those calendars and see what you can create with them. But anyways, before we continue on with this fun playlist, I just want to welcome you if you're new here. My name is Brenda, and this is my sweet Oliver, and we are so glad that you stopped by today. And if you enjoy home decor on a budget, I would love it if you'd hit that red subscribe button and become part of our YouTube family. And if you are returning, well, you know it. I just think the world of all of you guys, and I appreciate you all so very much. And he's got this funny little hair. See that? Anyways, and I just want to make sure that you guys know and hear it from me every week, because I truly do appreciate all of you, and I'm so thankful for all of you that come back, especially during this busy season right now. So we're going to quit chatting, and guess what we're going to do? We're going to continue on with the video. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations, and Shannon made this beautiful sign with the nativity. This is her first craft project. Great job, Shannon. I love it. And then Linda, look at all these 4 pieces that she made. I love them. That snowman is adorable. And oh, they're all beautiful. And Sandy, look at this beautiful sign she made. I absolutely adore this one, Sandy. And then Brandy made these adorable snowman pieces too. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate all of you so very much. And if you have something you've created that you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address, which is rusticandlacediy@gmail.com, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. And here is DIY number 3. I only have 3 for you guys today. I struggled even getting these done. I'm going to take this 8-inch wood round from Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove that hello sign using my heat gun and my Cricut spatula, which is actually from Dollar Tree. And I can never get these off in one piece. If I ever do, it will be a miracle. But I'm just going to continue to use my heat gun and that tool to get it all off, and then just kind of sand off the rough parts that it left. I'm going to use a page from this 2021 calendar page, or calendar. Oh my gosh, I have so many old calendars, you guys. It's not even funny. But I took a 6-inch wood round from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just marking the top parts, and I'm going to cut them off with my box cutter. And it didn't take very long, maybe 10 tries or swipes. Man, I am on a roll today, and I need a break, you guys. I'm going to sand those off, and I wish I would have not had that top piece down so far because it didn't give me the look I wanted, but I'm going to glue them together using wood glue, hot glue, and those craft sticks. I'm going to paint the bottom part with the mineral, the top with Snow White, and then I'm going to crease that sign and cut it out. The reason why I do the bottom part with the mineral or with a darker color is because then you don't see those calendar lines that are on the back of that page. The dark color kind of helps block it. So I added some Mod Podge to the bottom once it was dry. I added my calendar page, my parchment paper, went over it again with my heat press. This is my favorite way. You always see me do this. And then once I was done, I added some Mod Podge. You don't need to add Mod Podge to this. It's probably better not to, because it did bubble up. And so since it bubbled up, I just took my heat gun and just used my fingers to rub out those bubbles and smooth it all out. But be careful when you do that, because that heat gun can be really hot. Then I just sanded off the excess, and I took my small paintbrush and some black paint or ink by Waverly. I painted in his mouth and his eyes, and I decided to do the eyes closed since it says peace on earth. I thought it makes it look more peaceful this way. Give it some eyebrows and eyelashes, and then I'm going to paint the nose in with my pumpkin by Waverly. And then I was like, okay, it needs something else. What else does it need? Oh, I made some little black lines for the carrot nose to give it that carrot look. Then I decided I'm going to trim it around the edge with some fuzzy yarn that I had. So I just used some hot glue to glue that fuzzy yarn around. I wish I would have had a little bit bigger fuzzy yarn. I think that might have looked a little bit better. I thought about going around it a second time, but I just decided to just leave it with this. So then after that, I took some of this snowflake ribbon, I wrapped it around the neck and came back around. I'm just going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to dovetail the ends. And yeah, and then after that, what am I going to do? I don't know why I'm showing. I guess I wanted to make sure that was straight. I don't know. And then I'm going to give it a hanger hole, since there was not a hanger hole. I'm going to take some twine, fold it in half, tie the 2 ends in a knot. I'm going to thread that folded part through that hole, and then once it comes through, I'm going to put the folded part through the knotted part, tighten it up, and then I'm going to glue the knotted part in the back so that it stays in the back, and there it is. I think it's pretty cute. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comment box below. I have the final reveal coming right up. Make sure you check out the playlist as well as the host channels. I'll have links to all of them in the description box below. I have a little clip of me with Try It treats after this, so stay tuned for that. I decided, you guys, I'm not going to have a new video on Thursday. I'm going to have a compilation video of some snowman DIYs. I am just really overwhelmed and need some time before Christmas, so stay tuned for that. And I hope all of you guys have a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you on January 1st for the new DIYs. Okay, we got another box from Try Treats. Oh my goodness, these boxes are so much fun, and hopefully this will be more fun than it was the last time I got these. If you haven't seen that, well, you'll have to go back a couple months. I don't remember what video it's under, but that was a lot of fun. So, we got a new box, so let's see where it's from. It is from India. Look at that. So it comes with this little postcard. It talks about India on the back. And then it comes with, what is this? Oh, there's a printing error. Okay. And then it comes with, it has a recipe on the back with some India cuisine. And then just some facts about India there. And then it also comes with this Try Treats. It tells you what's in the box and explains what it is. And then on the other side, you can rate or rank the ones that you like the best to the worst. So, I don't know. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, these don't look like they could be that bad. They are Britannia Tiger Creams Vanilla. So they're a sandwich cookie. There they are. So let's give this a try. This looks pretty harmless. Not like the fish snacks from the last one. Oh, let's see. Okay. They are a vanilla cookie, and they're good. Very good. Yeah, those are good. Okay, ooh, let's try this. So, last time it was from Taiwan, and it was, what was it? Mexican chicken chips. So I said it's an American company making Mexican chicken chips from Taiwan. It's kind of funny. But these are India's Magic Masala Lays. That should be interesting. Let's see what these taste like. Oh my goodness. They don't make these easy to open. Okay, let me get my scissors. When all else fails. Okay, here we go. I should have had these handy to begin with, because last time I needed them too. Okay. Let me put these here. Oh my goodness, my craft room, you guys, is a mess. Okay, here we go. Masala, not marsala, masala. They're good. I'm trying to compare. Ooh. Oh. There's a spice in it. And it got me right in the back of the throat. I don't even know how I can explain the taste of it. I don't know. Do I dare? I'm just going to take a little piece again. But they're good. They are good. You just have to beware of that little bite at the end. We just had a kind of a spicy soup at my sister's house too. So I'm a little, I know, I think I said this before. I'm half Mexican. My dad's Swedish. My mom's Mexican. My hair is not normally, you can probably tell by my eyebrows, my hair is normally dark. I love Mexican food. It's one of my, Mexican and Italians are my favorite foods. And I love jalapenos and stuff, but I can't, my body doesn't let me have real spicy food. It doesn't like it, which is sad. Okay, so these say parlay. Doesn't say what they are. So let's look at the cheat sheet here. Parlay must mean cookie or sweet or something. I don't know. It doesn't show what this one is. I'm a little scared. I don't know what this one is. I wonder if this is the one that has the misprint. Let me read that little. No, that's not it. Okay, well, it's a cookie. And there's a cream inside that's kind of yellow. So maybe this is the banana. Banana creams. I don't think I've ever had a banana cookie before. Yeah, they're good. Okay, so these, I'm trying to chew without food in my mouth. These distributed by New York. Okay, they're 50-50, sweet and salty. Looks like crackers. So let's try those. Let's see if I can open these. Yep. Okay, I think the grandkids will like these so far. Yep, they're just crackers. They taste kind of like a Ritz cracker. And I guess that's what they mean by sweet. They taste like a Ritz cracker. Monaco classic crackers. And that's what these look like. And just says a crisp buttery cookie with subtle sweetness. Okay. Let's see. Now these look like Ritz crackers. Yeah, they look just like a Ritz cracker. My guess is they're going to taste like them. They're crunchier than a Ritz. Honestly, I almost think they taste more like a saltine than a Ritz. But they're crunchier than Ritz. I think that other cracker tasted more like Ritz crackers. Okay, so we have Parlay G Original Gluco Cookies. That's what that looks like. Let's see. Let's have a small rectangular flat baked biscuits. Okay. It says the biscuits are a source of strength and for body and mind. I could use that. Mr. Oliver, I will tell you guys a story. So, you know, with having a lot of people in the house right now, Yorkies tend to have very sensitive stomachs, and Oliver has had pancreatitis, and so we have to be very careful with what we feed him, because if he gets too much fat, it can cause him to have pancreatitis, and if it got too bad or they couldn't treat it, he could die. So, of course, I'm very cautious of what he's eating, and you know, with a lot of people in the house, things get dropped and left behind, and sometimes Oliver finds it. And so my grandkids had some chocolate candy and they left the wrappers on the ground. And I think Oliver had found it while I was looking for him the other day. Couldn't find him. I was calling him. He wouldn't come. I found him in the living room licking something, and I went to go get it from him, and he knew, and he ran off, and I was chasing him around the house.
And I finally caught him, but I'll tell you what, I've been having some arthritis in my hips, and I've been having some pain lately in my left side. And that little booger made me chase him around the house, and I was in so much pain after that. I just wanted to strangle him. And I keep telling him it's a good thing you're cute, because if you weren't so cute, I don't know what I'd do with you. Anyways, how did I get off on that? I don't. Oh, the strength for body and mind. So I need that strength for my body and sometimes my mind. Okay, these are the cookies here. They're supposed to give you strength for body and mind. It's good. Almost tastes like an animal cracker. That's what I compare them to. Okay, milk biscuits. I'm guessing it's supposed to be biscuits. Crunchy biscuits, rich and goodness of milk, with the goodness of milk. Okay, so that's what these look like. They must really like cookies and crackers because they're all very similar. Okay, this looks very similar to the one I just ate, but that's what that looks like. It's got almost a little bit of a coconut taste to it, but they're good. They're all good. Better than the fish snacks. I will never forget those. Okay, these are called Nice 2020 Sugar Sprinkled Coconut Cookies. This is what they look like. So, let's try these. They taste real similar to the ones that I just had. The only difference is they have those little sugary sprinkles on them. I'm not going to continue eating them for you, but they're very good. They are all good. Okay, and then there's some hard candy in here. It looks like 2 different flavors. There's not very many. There's Londonberry. It looks like that. And Mango Bite. Oops, I just dropped it. Okay, let's try the Mango Bite first. I'll probably, if I need to suck on it, I'd probably just spit it out, just so I can tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like mango. I know the Taiwan candy had a mango one. I remember it tasted more flowery, perfumey more than mango. But this has a little more of a mango taste. Not a strong mango taste. And then this is the not Londonberry. Londonderry. I'm trying to see. I can't read. It's not rich caramelized milk candy, but I can't. Lacto bonbon. Let's see. It's caramel. It tastes like caramel. That's what it is. Okay. Well, I'll keep it in my mouth and talk gently. Anyways, these are great, you guys. I love their Try Treats. They didn't send it. There should be a discount code in my description box below if you're interested in trying it. It's usually 15% off. I think it's Rustic and Lace DIY. You get 15% off your first box when you sign up for the subscription. So it's a monthly subscription. It'd be if you're looking for a last minute Christmas gift for someone, it might be a great gift for, maybe a couple months or something, unless you can afford a whole year. But it's a lot of fun to see what comes in these, to try the different treats, to see what each country, what they like to have. When you get into the Oriental countries, it gets a little interesting. Great if you like fish, but if you don't, let me just say it's interesting. But anyways, it's Try Treats, and I'll have a link to their website in my description box. That's trytreats.com. And yeah, you get that discount code if you sign up on your first box for your first subscription. So give it a try, and think about it for a Christmas gift. It might be a great Christmas gift. So I guess with all of that, we're just going to say goodbye.